After turning 50, many men begin to notice that their heart doesn't feel quite the same as it once did. Climbing a flight of stairs leaves you slightly more out of breath. Recovering from physical effort takes longer, and sometimes the doctor mentions blood pressure or cholesterol creeping up. These are not signs of weakness. They are signals that your heart needs more care. The truth is, heart disease doesn't suddenly appear out of nowhere. It often develops slowly over years, fueled by small, everyday habits that most men don't even realize are harmful. The good news is that by identifying these habits and replacing them with healthier choices, you can protect your heart and strengthen it well into later life. In this video, we'll uncover 5 common habits that damage your heart after 50 and explore simple alternatives to keep your cardiovascular system strong. Let's begin with the first, one that almost every man is guilty of at some point. Habit yksi, sitting too much. The first everyday habit that damages your heart is spending long hours sitting. Whether it's working at a desk, driving, or relaxing in front of the television, sitting for extended periods places your heart at greater risk. Many men think that exercising a few times a week makes up for hours of inactivity, but research shows that prolonged sitting weakens the cardiovascular system even if you work out occasionally. Here's why. When you sit for too long, circulation slows down, blood tends to pool in the legs, and the heart has to work harder to pump it back up. Over time, this lack of regular movement contributes to higher blood pressure, weaker arteries, and greater buildup of cholesterol in blood vessels. All of these factors increase the risk of heart disease. Sitting also reduces calorie burn, which makes it easier to gain weight around the belly, a major risk factor for cardiovascular problems. Think about the typical day. Many men sit during breakfast, sit in the car on the way to work, sit at a desk for hours, drive home, and then spend the evening sitting again. It adds up quickly, sometimes to more than 10 hours of sitting in a single day. That constant lack of movement is like pressing pause on your heart's natural rhythm. The good news is that the fix is surprisingly simple. The solution isn't about running marathons or joining an expensive gym, it's about breaking up long periods of sitting with small bursts of activity. Stand up and stretch every 30 minutes. Walk around the room when you take a phone call. Park farther from the store, so you add a few extra steps. Even these small actions increase circulation, giving your heart the movement it needs. Another powerful adjustment is to build more walking into your daily routine. A brisk 20-minute walk in the morning or after dinner can do wonders for heart health. It lowers blood pressure, reduces cholesterol, and strengthens the heart muscle itself. Walking is low impact, easy on the joints, and requires no special equipment, making it perfect for men over 50. If you enjoy a challenge, light strength training, or bodyweight exercises like squats and push-ups add even more protection. These activities not only get you moving but also build muscle, which supports metabolism and reduces strain on the heart. The key is to think of movement as medicine. Just as you wouldn't go a day without eating or drinking water, your heart shouldn't go hours without being engaged. Every time you stand, stretch, or walk, you're giving your cardiovascular system the stimulation it needs to stay strong. So the next time you catch yourself sitting for too long, remember this. Sitting may feel harmless, but over time, it quietly wears down your heart. By making small changes to your daily routine, you can protect your cardiovascular health, keep your energy steady, and give your heart the care it deserves. Habit 2. Eating too much processed food. The second everyday habit that quietly damages the heart after 50 is eating too much processed food. Modern life makes this habit easy to fall into. Fast food, packaged snacks, frozen meals, and sugary drinks are quick, convenient, and often tasty. But behind that convenience is a mix of ingredients that slowly wear down your cardiovascular health. Processed foods are typically loaded with unhealthy fats, refined sugars, and excessive salt. These 3 elements create the perfect storm for heart damage. Unhealthy fats, particularly trans fats and certain saturated fats, raise LDL, the bad cholesterol that clogs arteries. Over time, these clogs reduce blood flow and force your heart to work harder with every beat. Sugary foods and drinks spike blood sugar, increasing the risk of diabetes, which doubles the risk of heart disease. Salt, found in high amounts in nearly all processed foods, raises blood pressure, straining the heart and blood vessels day after day. The danger lies not in eating these foods once in a while, but in making them a regular part of your diet. Many men over 50 eat processed foods daily without realizing how much damage it adds up to over the years. A bag of chips here, a fast food burger there, a soda or two during the day, each choice may seem harmless, but together they create constant stress on the cardiovascular system. The alternative is simpler than many expect. Instead of reaching for processed snacks, build your meals around whole, natural foods. Fresh vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, whole grains, nuts, and healthy oils like olive oil form the foundation of a heart-friendly diet. These foods provide fiber, antioxidants, and healthy fats that not only lower cholesterol and blood pressure, but also strengthen the heart muscle itself. For example, trading a fast food breakfast sandwich for a bowl of oats with berries gives you fiber to reduce cholesterol, antioxidants to protect arteries, and steady energy that lasts for hours. Swapping soda for water or herbal tea keeps you hydrated without the sugar spikes. Choosing a grilled piece of salmon with vegetables instead of fried chicken delivers omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation and protect circulation. Another simple but powerful tip is to cook more meals at home. When you prepare your own food, you control what goes in: less salt, less sugar, healthier oils. Cooking doesn't have to be complicated. Even basic meals like a salad with olive oil, a grilled chicken breast, or a pot of vegetable soup can be both satisfying and protective for your heart. For men who feel too busy, preparing food in batches is an easy solution. Cooking larger portions and storing them for the week helps you avoid reaching for processed options when you're tired or rushed. Keeping healthy snacks like nuts, fruit, or yogurt within easy reach also makes it easier to resist less healthy choices. The bottom line is this: your heart is only as strong as the fuel you give it. Processed foods weaken it with every bite, while whole, natural foods strengthen it over time. For men over 50, this choice is especially important because the heart has already worked hard for decades. By cutting back on processed foods and replacing them with healthier options, you give your heart the tools it needs to stay strong, beat steadily, and support you through the years ahead. We've already uncovered 2 habits that quietly damage the heart, and chances are you may recognize them in your own life. The truth is, even small daily choices have a powerful effect on cardiovascular health, but the encouraging part is that it's never too late to make changes. Do you notice any of these habits in yourself? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your experiences, because your story might encourage another man to take action. And if you're finding this video helpful so far, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to Men's Vitality 50+. That way you'll always have practical, science-based tips to keep your heart strong and your body energized after 50. Habit 3, ignoring stress. The third everyday habit that slowly damages the heart after 50 is ignoring stress. Many men think of stress as just part of life, something to push through or brush aside. But the truth is, long-term stress has a direct and damaging effect on your cardiovascular system. Every time you feel stressed, your body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones raise blood pressure, increase heart rate, and force your heart to work harder. Over time, living in this constant state of alert puts dangerous strain on the heart and blood vessels. Stress also pushes men toward unhealthy coping mechanisms. Some turn to alcohol, smoking, processed food, or long hours sitting in front of the television. Each of these habits makes stress worse and adds even more risk to heart health. For men over 50, this cycle can become especially harmful, as the body is less resilient and slower to recover than it was in younger years. You may notice stress showing up in your life in different ways. Trouble sleeping, irritability, low energy, or feeling overwhelmed can all be signs. The danger is that when stress is ignored, these small signs grow into bigger problems: higher blood pressure, inflammation in the arteries, and eventually, serious cardiovascular issues. So what's the alternative? The first step is to acknowledge stress instead of pretending it doesn't exist. Simply recognizing it is the beginning of taking control. From there, small daily practices can make a huge difference. Deep breathing exercises, for example, are one of the simplest yet most powerful tools. Just 5 minutes of slow, controlled breathing lowers cortisol levels and calms the nervous system, giving your heart a break from constant strain. Physical activity is another powerful stress reliever. Walking, stretching, or light exercise not only lowers stress hormones but also strengthens the heart directly. Men who build daily movement into their lives often find they feel calmer, more focused, and more energized. Spending time outdoors, connecting with friends, or engaging in a hobby you enjoy also helps release tension. These activities remind your body and mind that life isn't just about pressure, it's about balance. And that balance protects your heart. Sleep is another critical factor. Stress often disrupts sleep, and poor sleep raises stress even further. Establishing a calming bedtime routine such as turning off screens early, reading, or listening to calming music can improve rest and lower the stress load on your heart. The most important lesson is this: ignoring stress doesn't make it go away. It only allows it to quietly damage your heart day after day. But by taking simple, consistent steps to manage stress, you not only protect your cardiovascular health but also improve your quality of life. You feel more in control, more resilient, and more prepared to face each day with strength. For men over 50, managing stress is not a luxury, it's a necessity. By lowering stress, you lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and give your heart the chance to stay strong for many years to come. Habit #4. Skipping regular checkups. The fourth everyday habit that puts the heart at risk after 50 is skipping regular checkups. Many men pride themselves on being tough, believing they can push through discomfort or ignore warning signs. But when it comes to the heart, silence is not safety. Heart disease often develops quietly, with little to no symptoms until it becomes serious. By the time chest pain, shortness of breath, or dizziness appear, the damage may already be advanced. Regular checkups are not about weakness, they are about prevention. Doctors can catch problems early, long before they become life-threatening. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, and early signs of diabetes often show no outward symptoms, yet they quietly strain the heart every single day. A simple blood test or blood pressure check can reveal issues that you can address with small lifestyle changes before they grow into major problems. The danger of skipping checkups is that it creates a false sense of security. You might feel fine, but inside, your arteries could be narrowing, your blood pressure climbing, or your cholesterol rising. These invisible problems are some of the biggest killers of men over 50, precisely because they go unnoticed until it's too late. The alternative is straightforward. Make checkups a regular part of your routine. At minimum, men over 50 should have their blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar checked once a year. For those with a family history of heart disease, more frequent visits may be wise. These quick appointments can provide peace of mind and the knowledge that you're actively protecting your future. Checkups also give you the chance to ask questions about your lifestyle and get guidance tailored to your situation. Maybe your diet needs a small adjustment, or you could benefit from a new form of exercise. Sometimes, even simple recommendations like reducing salt intake, getting more sleep, or losing a few pounds can drastically lower heart risks. It's also important to see checkups not as a chore but as an investment. Just as you service your car regularly to keep it running smoothly, your heart deserves the same attention. After all, your heart works non-stop every second of every day, and giving it professional care ensures it can keep working strongly for years to come. For men who dislike visiting doctors, reframing the experience helps. Instead of seeing it as something to fear, think of it as gathering information. The more you know about your body, the more power you have to keep it healthy. Knowledge is strength, and in this case, it could save your life. Skipping checkups may feel like saving time in the short run, but in reality, it shortens time in the long run. By taking 1 or 2 hours a year for a health check, you gain years of stronger, healthier living. For your heart, your family, and yourself, that's a trade worth making. So remember this: silence doesn't mean safety. Don't wait for symptoms to tell you something's wrong. Take control now with regular checkups and give your heart the protection it needs. Habit #5. Poor sleep. The fifth everyday habit that slowly damages the heart after 50 is poor sleep. Many men underestimate the importance of rest, often treating sleep as optional. Maybe you stay up late watching television, spend hours scrolling on your phone, or wake up early for work without giving your body enough time to recover. At first, it feels manageable, but over time, sleep deprivation takes a heavy toll on the cardiovascular system. During deep sleep, the heart rate slows, blood pressure drops, and the body repairs itself. This nightly reset gives your heart the chance to recover from the demands of the day. But when sleep is cut short or disrupted, the heart doesn't get this crucial break. Instead, blood pressure stays higher for longer, inflammation rises, and stress hormones like cortisol remain elevated. Each of these factors increases the risk of heart disease, especially in men over 50. Lack of sleep also affects lifestyle habits in ways that indirectly harm the heart. When you're tired, you're more likely to reach for sugary snacks or caffeine for energy. You may skip exercise because you feel drained. These small decisions, repeated day after day, quietly add up to greater strain on the heart. Poor sleep is not just about feeling tired, it's about weakening your body's natural defenses. You may also notice that sleep problems often increase with age. Conditions like sleep apnea, insomnia, or restless nights become more common after 50. Ignoring these issues doesn't make them go away, it allows them to chip away at your cardiovascular health night after night. The solution is to take sleep seriously. Start by creating a consistent schedule, going to bed, and waking up at the same time each day. This trains your body's natural rhythm and makes it easier to fall asleep. Create an environment that encourages rest. Keep your room cool, dark, and quiet. And avoid screens before bed, since artificial light confuses the brain and makes it harder to wind down. Cutting back on alcohol and caffeine in the evening is also important. While alcohol may make you feel drowsy, it disrupts deep sleep, leaving you groggy in the morning. Caffeine lingers in the system far longer than most people realize, often keeping the body alert when it should be resting. For men struggling with serious sleep issues, speaking with a doctor is wise. Sleep apnea, for example, is common in men over 50 and can dramatically increase the risk of heart disease if untreated. Identifying and addressing these problems is another way to protect your heart for the long term. The bottom line is clear. Sleep is not a luxury, it is a necessity for a strong and healthy heart. By improving your rest, you lower blood pressure, reduce stress, and give your heart the recovery time it needs to stay resilient. For men over 50, good sleep is one of the most powerful, yet overlooked tools for protecting cardiovascular health. By respecting your body's need for rest, you're not just preventing heart problems, you're investing in energy, vitality, and a longer, healthier life. We've just uncovered 5 everyday habits that can quietly damage your heart after 50, along with simple changes that protect and strengthen it. From sitting too much and eating processed foods to stress, skipping checkups, and poor sleep, each habit makes a difference over time. The encouraging news is that with small daily improvements, you can give your heart the support it needs to stay strong for years to come. Do you have any of these habits in your daily routine? Share your thoughts in the comments, because your story could inspire another man to take better care of his heart. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe to Men's Vitality 50+ for more simple, science-based tips to keep your body healthy and full of energy after 50.